There's this idea that the more you think about it, the better it will be. But things become better in the doing, not in the thinking. And so the faster that you can get something out, right, the faster you can actually iterate and improve and make it better. Why, hello, my beautiful friend. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. Today, we're talking about something I have dubbed minimum viable magic. And it's this idea of how can I get you and my clients and myself, quite frankly, to launch things faster, okay? And this isn't about being sloppy, right? This is this idea that many of you take too long to launch new things, or you don't believe that you are necessarily expert enough, or you're not worthy enough, if you will, to be able to put together something new, okay, and to launch it. So I'm going to talk today about this idea of minimum viable magic, how you can launch new things. We're going to talk about we're going to take the example of let's say a signature package, a new protocol, if you will. How can we launch this faster so that you can actually get more things out in the world quicker? This thought process is true for, obviously, we talk a lot about new offers here and repositioning offers in your clinical protocols into signature packages and what have you. But it's also an example for everything else that you may be holding back on. I've shared this before, when I look at the characteristics of my most successful clients, okay? And these are clients who have taken our strategies and they implement them incredibly quickly and effectively. It is not because they are more talented. It's not because they even have more resources available to them than some of my other clients. It is because they know somewhere innately that the faster they're able to launch something, the faster they're taking action on something, the more quickly they will get feedback on that thing. I don't even think they're consciously thinking, oh, I'm going to get feedback on this. They're just taking action so much faster. And it is not because they are more of an expert in whatever it is that they're taking action on. Okay. So it's not because they have more experience with and expertise. In fact, I found that sometimes it can be harder for folks who have a lot more. They've been in the industry for a couple of decades and they're truly, truly experts, but they have done it a certain way for so long that they have this sunk cost bias into how they've done it. It's actually harder for them to do new things. And then I have a lot of clients who are experienced, if you will, maybe, a number of years of experience, but not a decade. And they are able to take action so much faster. So when it comes to launching a new package, if you will, or launching even a new menu of new packages and, what have you, the faster you're able to launch it and get feedback on it, the better and the more quickly you'll be able to improve what that is. Okay. So the first principle of minimum viable magic is the idea that you don't get confident by thinking and researching. You build confidence by doing. Okay. And so in order to do things, you have to actually ship them out faster. And so when I say ship them out, it could be like a signature package or a new protocol or what have you. It could also be a new marketing funnel. It could also be your social video, right? Like the people who have really gotten very, very good at social media did not come out of the womb being good at social media. You are just looking at the result of them having produced a lot more content than you. So let's just take social video. Like I have been doing video for so long now. I mean, when Facebook Live first came out, like I don't even know how many years ago. It was maybe a decade ago. I remember my first few Facebook Lives that I did. Was I ready? No. Was I good? No. Because in order to become better and in order to be successful with it, I actually had to do it quicker. Okay. And so when you're launching a minimum viable magic, let's say package or program, I'm going to give you some actual tactical things to think about. Like, for example, I recently launched the authority method, which is our new and improved authority building marketing system, if you will. Everything soup to nuts, from like how to create content that backend engineers to your offers, to how to create marketing funnels, from ManyChat automations to in-person events, the whole thing, right? And so if I had waited until I had like overthought about every little thing, I would never ship it out. And so my strategy for it is that I'm going to pre-sell this thing. And I think this works as well too. If you're launching a new package, if you're bringing in a new device, right? Maybe you're going to pre-sell that thing and you let folks know, like I let people know this is the pre-sale of my brand new program that is being dropped in April and May, right? And so if you want to get the best pricing and value that you will ever get for it, you should take advantage of this right now, okay? And so I'm okay with incentivized pricing when I know it's temporary and it's a strategic lever that I'm using to get early adopters into my thing. And so it's the same thing with you. If you're launching something new, how can you strategically get early adopters to buy in so that you guys can get feedback, you can get experience on whatever the thing is, and you can also ask folks to strategically be before and after examples as well too, so that you can actually get results that you can then use strategically after you've gone through the minimum viable launch magic process, if you will. But by and large, right now, I'm going to ask you this question. When I share this topic with you and you think about putting a minimum viable magic application to one of your new offers or to social video, something that you just find yourself not doing, I'm going to ask you this question. What is something that popped up for you right now that you know you're avoiding doing, that you're going to use the minimum viable magic approach to? Take a piece of paper right now. Like if you're driving, once you get to your stop, if you're walking, once you get back to the house, write it down. What are you avoiding right now that you can actually take action on sooner, that you have been avoiding? Okay. I want you to think about it right now and then commit to actually taking the minimum viable magic approach to it. The faster you get it out, the faster it gets better. The more you stop being in the researching and the thinking and the over planning, and the more we get you into the doing and the implementation and the action, the faster you will see results from whatever that thing is. And this is why as soon as somebody joins MSA, I'm like, I want you and your team within 30 days out there selling the packages that we've helped you put together. This is before you've been able to create a fancy page on your website. This is before you have really been able to create a marketing funnel for that, to those signature menu items. And the reason why is because I know that there's the minimum viable magic that will happen when I get you guys all taking action faster. And there's this idea that the more you think about it, the better it will be. But things become better in the doing, not in the thinking. And so the faster that you can get something out, right, the faster you can actually iterate and improve and make it better. All right. This is a shorter episode this week, but I felt it on my heart that I wanted to come share this with you. And I hope you enjoyed it. And that's what I have for you this week, my friend. I will see you next week.